Oh, hello board game brothers and sisters, and welcome to another episode where I'll be letting you know of Kickstarters launching this week. Except there's not too many Kickstarters launching this week, so I'm going to have something a little bit different for you this time. So I really want to let you know of a campaign that launched last week that was completely off my radar and I happened to miss. Except this wasn't a Kickstarter campaign, you can actually find this one on the GoFundMe website. And this GoFundMe page was put together with the intent to give back to a little known content creator known as Michael King. And you might know him better as the King of Average. And if you're not familiar with the King of Average, he runs a YouTube channel where he covers the news and also does a lot of previews and reviews all related to board games, especially those that are very grandiose and full of plastic and miniatures. He also releases the occasional painting tutorial. And content creators running campaigns to generate a little bit of income to make all that we do a little bit more sustainable isn't completely uncommon in the board gaming space. The Game Boy Geek, Tantrum House, and even the Dice Tower all run campaigns annually to help fund all the work that they do. So why am I focusing so much on the King of Averages and what makes his so special? And it's really just two things, but I think they're really important and it does make this case very special. And the first thing is, unlike all those content creators I just mentioned, the King of Average does not take any money from publishers. And this is really important because no matter what, when you're getting paid to do a review, you're incentivized to do a more positive review because you want that publisher to share your content and you also want them to hire you again in the future. All those channels I just mentioned are really great channels and they offer a lot of really great information. But it can be a little difficult to get the full picture of a game by just watching those channels because you know there's a small section of content that's going to be off limits to them just because they're getting paid and they're incentivized not to say certain things. So of course, content creators that don't take money from publishers don't have the same conflict of interest because we get most of our income from things like YouTube ad revenue, or more importantly, from all of you through things like Patreon or even this GoFundMe effort. Content creators that don't get paid by publishers are just incentivized to give you the best content that they can give. And don't get me wrong, taking this approach does not make you a better content creator. In no way am I saying that. I'm just saying that this approach is offering some different content and it's a lot harder of a path to take. Because by not taking money from publishers, we're cutting off the largest source of income that we can have by far. And in no way do I want this video to discourage you from supporting those other creators. I just want you to know that when you do support a creator that doesn't take money from publishers, that bit of support just means a little bit more. That first point was a lot longer than I intended, so let's get to the second reason that I think this GoFundMe campaign is so special. And this one's pretty amazing, and that's that this GoFundMe effort was not even launched by Michael King or the King of Average. It was actually launched by his patrons, because they know all the effort and sacrifices he had to make to get the channel to where it is today. And that's a pretty big deal because this alternative source of income is super important when you're not taking money from publishers. This community just proves to me over and over again how amazing it is. And it's pretty awesome that you guys are all banding together to do a little bit of good in a world that's been pretty rough lately. And I know from now on there's going to be one phrase that every time I hear it, it's going to have a lot more of an impact because now I realize how true it is. And I don't think anyone can say it better than the King himself.
What's up, rockstars? 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 What's up, rockstars?
You guys are rock stars, and there's just one more thing I'm going to do aside from this video, and I need a little bit of your help to get it done. The thing that's special about me is that I'm a YouTube creator that makes heavy use of Reddit, so instead of my usual weekly post of upcoming games, I'm going to dedicate this week's Reddit post completely to YouTube creators that rely 100% on their viewers for funding. I'll put a list there with all the channels I know of, so definitely check that out and make sure to leave any comments of any channels I missed, and I'll add them to the list so that more people can be aware of the extra effort that it takes for these channels. But December is the hardest month to get your content noticed, so this is where I'm going to need a little bit of help, and that's for you guys to just share this wherever you can in your different communities or with friends that you think might appreciate this. I'll leave a link to the Reddit post in the description below and you can share that directly or you can share this video. I'll also leave a link to the King of Average's GoFundMe page, so definitely check that out as well.
This is fun, this is fun. I wanted to comment though about the image they shared with me. This, to me, is how you advertise a board game. You can have all of the pretty, pristine miniature renders you want, and that's fine. But I already said earlier, this is why I play board games. Because this guy, and this lady are just around each other. It's just centered on them around a board game, enjoying each other's company. That's awesome. That's a good way to advertise. Seriously, I liked this whole photo shoot.